Hello, boss. I'm glad you're with me today because I'm going to share with you how you can create an innovative culture in an organization. And I'm sharing this today because I was asked by a friend of mine who was recently, her company was recently acquired by another company. And the original company that she was working for was very innovative in how they, in their processes and their products. And so the new company that acquired them is a little less innovative. And so she's like, hey, Heather, this would be a great topic because I could actually use this to help our team become more innovative now that I'm overseeing a larger group of people. Actually, she's in sales, so it's a larger sales group from the old company and the new company. So this is a great way for her to kind of create across teams also that culture of innovation. So I wanted to share with this because there was actually a study done by Accenture, and they found that 90% of executives think that innovation is key to their business success. So the key, obviously, from executives on down, the key to success is innovation. And this is how you need to think about your company and creating and inspiring your employees every single day. It's not just whenever the wind blows. It is an everyday initiative on how to be creative and thinking outside the box. And this is a way to do it, actually. So hopefully this will be something that will benefit you. Also, if you have ideas that you would love to get more insight on, more trainings, then please post those in the comments below and I will definitely take a look at them. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so let's get started. I want to share with you 5 ways that you can create an innovative culture in your organization. So this one actually comes from Micah Soloman, and he suggests that there are 3 pieces to every business, and I totally agree with him. So they are product, process, and business model. So these 3 key areas, obviously your product is what you're selling, your process is how you make it and how you're going to sell it. And then your business model is the conceptualization of your business and how it's organized. So if your people thought about these 3 key areas when it comes to creative thinking, that innovative thinking outside the box on how they can improve and make things better, this is going to help you get the results that you want and be able to come up with new ideas and new products and services. So that is the first one I want you to think about when it comes to creating an innovative culture. The second, before I move on to the second one, I want you to think about examples of these. And so the first is Amazon. Just think about Amazon. What a great idea, what a great business model. And that is that they come to you. If you want to do Amazon Prime, you pay and order anything that you want online, and it gets sent to you within 2 days without a shipping charge. That is if you have Amazon Prime. Now think about Alexa. I've got friends who love their Alexa. They go, Alexa, give me whatever music that they want to listen to, Motown, whatever. What's the weather for today? What's the top news story? So Alexa is very important to a lot of people because they don't have to turn the TV on or the radio. They can just play what they want to hear. Another one of my girlfriends loves this. It's called Instacart. So we don't have it where I live because I live in the country, but she's more in the suburbs and she loves her Instacart because this is for people who hate grocery shopping. Amazon's for people who hate going to the mall. So Instacart's great because she orders her groceries online and it gets delivered to her. So great idea, great innovative concept for grocery stores. So when it comes to your product and your process and your business model, these are examples of how it works. Now, the second way that you can actually create an innovative culture is to identify key leaders that are going to implement this change for you. So this is somebody who really has to be very strong, because they're going to probably get a little opposition to thinking outside the box, because you're going to have naysayers on your team. You always do. And naysayers, this is not an area where naysayers is going to be welcome, because it's creative thinking. It's thinking about, what if. So you're inspiring everyone across the organization. That's the role of these leaders, to inspire everyone across the organization to think outside the box and think about the possibility of things. So it's kind of answering the question, what if? What if? And then you just fill in the blank depending on what business that you have. And I think it's a great concept to think about and get those juices flowing when it comes to creativity. Also, their role is going to be to build the confidence in their team, because of maybe past history within organizations. It has been, let's not rock the boat if we are doing great the way we are. So the naysayers, and creating that environment where it's positive thinking and risk taking, and it's going to be an environment where it's the changing of belief systems as well, that positive attitude. So recognize that it's a tough job, and that building the confidence in teams to be able to stand up and share their ideas is one of the major roles of these leaders who are going out and implement this change in being able to think creatively and innovatively. All right. Now, the third way that you can do this is to give permission to your teams to invest in innovation. And what I mean by this is, I'm going to give you the example of Google and how it has worked for them. So Google actually gives their employees, and I think it's like every Friday, I think I read this somewhere years ago, but they give their employees the opportunity to spend 20% of their time working on what they think will most benefit the company. So it's going to be something that these employees are passionate about, and it's going to get them thinking about, all right, what do we currently have that we can make better? It's answering that what if question. And so allowing their employees to do this has created the opportunity for some great products for Google. One is Gmail. The other one is AdSense. And then you've got, what was the third one for them? Google Talk. Google Talk. And then I know they have Google Hangouts as well, because I know my son used that last year when we homeschooled, but when his teacher was actually doing it from her house, and they use Google Hangouts as the way to still teach. And so Google Hangouts, Google Talk, AdSense, and Gmail were great products that Google came up with, their employees actually came up with, because they allowed them to be able to take a day that they could focus on whatever that they wanted that's going to help the company. So what you can do is to give your employees permission to give them a day to experiment and think about creative ideas. So that's how you can actually give and invest in your team the ability to innovate. Now, the fourth way that you can do this is to create communication opportunities. And creating opportunities for communication is going outside, let's say, your department. So you're giving permission, you're creating avenues and structure where your employees can communicate across departments and within their departments. So this would be helpful, and I know one way to do this is utilizing cross-functional teams. So when I used to work for a company in sales, we did this a lot. I mean, every year, probably a couple times a year, where we got the opportunity to work in other territories outside our districts, our immediate, we called them units, but anyway, out of our areas. And so we got to see how other sales representatives, how they marketed, how they sold their products, how they built relationships. And we shared ideas. And I know I shared ideas and I learned a lot from other people that I ended up using in the territories that I had. We also had people that came from manufacturing and from the senior leadership teams that came out to the field to see what actually, well, what the process is and how they can be better. So it was a great opportunity. I love the idea of cross-functional teams. Some great ideas, and communication really opens up when you do this. Let's see, the fifth way that you can actually create innovative thinking within your company is to implement an Rnr strategy. So Rnr is not relax, rest and relaxation. It is actually recognize and reward. So when you recognize and reward your employees, you are instilling in them the behavior that you're reinforcing them to keep continuing coming up with great ideas. Now, keep in mind that not all ideas are going to be successful. I wish in an ideal world that they are, but they're not. So recognizing those employees who still stepped outside of their box, their comfort zone, and came up with some great ideas, but this didn't work the first time, but they actually learned and maybe tweaked a few things, that is what you need to reward and recognize. Also, recognize people who step outside and are innovative thinkers in their performance appraisals, because you want to get them to redo, to do these behaviors over and over and over again. All right. And then another way that you can recognize and reward is to, if you've got some employee that is really excelling, or even somebody who is new to stepping out and being innovative thinking, recognize them in an email. Send an email if they're not part of your direct team, but they're part of another. Send a letter or an email to their boss. So it's something that goes in their file, and their boss is aware of how their employee is stepping up. I did this when I managed a team for a university, and I had this huge project that just popped up. I was responsible for it, and when I had other people that came in to help me, and they excelled, I sent emails to their bosses that recognized what they did and how they really helped the overall project. And this is something that they appreciate as well. Also, when it comes to recognizing, and you can also do this in front of groups. So if you've got team meetings, recognize that employee and they will be appreciative, and you're going to reinforce that behavior. Also, you can do this through creating a track that is going to focus on that career development for leading innovators. And these ideas came from a guy named Seren, trying to read my handwriting, Bebu, and he is actually a project manager with, Acuvate. So he's a project manager, and this is what he does with his team to help create that innovative process and to recognize and reward the employees that he manages. So I thought this was actually some great ideas. So let me run through these real quick again. The 5 ways that you can create an innovative culture in your organization is: 1, focus on product, process, and your business model when it comes to getting your people to think creatively and outside the box and innovate on how these areas can be improved. 2nd is to make sure you've got somebody on your team, who, obviously more than one, who is going to be leaders of this change process. 3rd is to give permission to invest in innovativeness. And then the 4th is to create communication opportunities within your team and outside your team, outside the department. And then the 5th is to recognize and reward those who are stepping outside the box and being innovative. So hopefully these are some great ideas that you can implement starting today on how you can get your team to be more innovative and create that culture within your company that you are really wanting, that 90% of executives out there also want, that are going to lead to the success of your business. All right? Until next time, please go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. Also, if you like this video, please like the button below. Share this with others who are trying to create an innovative culture within their business, because I think these are some 5 great tips that will help you. All right? Until next time, have an amazing day. Bye.